Alright guys, welcome to the second episode of our beginner series. Today we'll be learning how to use our multimeter to measure DC voltages and AC voltages. For a start, we have two batteries here. One is 9 volt, the other one is 12 volt. So we're going to use our multimeter now to measure the voltages. I'll show you how to use your multimeter to measure the voltages. Remember I said earlier that when you are dealing with DC voltages, your black probe is always your negative. So the black probe will go to the negative of your DC supply. All right, so now you turn the knob of your multimeter to the appropriate range. All right, obviously we know that this battery is actually above 2 volts. So, and this multimeter knob now is pointing towards 2 volts, which is not the appropriate range for this battery. So you quickly switch your multimeter to the appropriate range. Now we know that 9 volts is lesser than 20 volts. All right, so you can turn the knob of your multimeter to where you have 20 volts, and you connect your probes. So from here we have, this is the negative terminal of the battery, which we are going to connect our black probe to, and this is the positive terminal of the battery. So let us connect our negative and our positive. Let's see the reading that we will get here now. All right, so this is our negative and this is our positive. All right, we have 9.92 volts there, 9.92 volts. All right, let us also do for the 12. This is the 12 volt battery. Obviously the black in the battery symbolizes negative and the red symbolizes positive, and it's also clearly stated. If you can see it very well, you can see the positive terminal and you can see the negative terminal. Now when you put your red probe here at the negative, the black probe to the negative, you get a reading. We have 12.85 volts. Now observe something. If I reverse the polarity of my probes, you're going to observe a negative sign on the negative reading on my multimeter screen. It means that the polarity has been reversed. Although we are still having the same 12.85 volts, let us proceed further to AC voltages. And remember I said this is the range for AC voltages. So you switch your multimeter knob to where you have your AC voltage ranging from 200 volts to 600 volts. So now we have a supply here that is actually close to 220 volts. It's actually less than 220 volts. So with our multimeter knob is already, let's turn it to 200 where we have 200 volts. So let's measure and see what we get. Okay, what we have here is actually above 200 volts. That is why our multimeter is displaying 1, and the 1 actually means out of range. So we switch our multimeter to 600 volts. Okay, so we have 217 volts. Now the reason why it was unable to display a reading on the screen, it was because the range that the multimeter knob was pointing to, the supply voltage was more than that range. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and as a beginner you'll be able to use your multimeter to measure both DC voltages and AC voltages. Please subscribe to our channel and please share this video with your friends. Thank you.